been giving you the way. Now you wanna stay tonight. Pretty how you work hard for me.
How was your weekend? Actually, you know what? How was your holiday?
Holiday was nice. Had my family and my boy. No complaints. Oh, and I was off
Yes.
for about a week and a half.
That must have been
That
nice.
was wonderful.
That must have been nice.
You know, still on daddy duty, but
Right.
it was nice not to go to fucking work.
Well, being a dad never ends, right?
Never.
Never.
How was yours?
It was good, man. I got some time to relax, just laid low, avoided all the craziness of the new year and everything, stayed out of the bars and the clubs. That's never really been my scene anyway. But can't complain. Can't complain. It was even quiet at work, which I was a little surprised. I think I got one phone call over the extended holiday weekend from work to deal with some BS. But other than that, not bad at all.
My work phone was off. When I turned my work phone back on, a couple days before I went back to work, motherfuckers was calling me on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day?
Christmas Day. New Year's Eve.
These are calls from your job?
For my clients, yes.
Nobody, do you not understand boundaries? Like, you don't call somebody after hours, especially not on a holiday like Christmas.
Like, I don't know. My profession, they just think that, you know, like we're not supposed to have kids of our own.
Right.
Like everyone who applies for my position are just like single people.
Right.
With no lives. And they sleep at the office.
Okay. Well, the holidays are officially over.
Done.
And we can finally start to get back on track with the new year here.
I need to go to Harbor Freight and get some of those January after Christmas sales.
Yes, you definitely got to stop on
Yes,
by.
I need a reciprocating saw.
It is officially 2023, and that is the year of the reciprocating saw.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Damn right, it's a 17-foot ladder. Yes, I need those two items from Harbor Freight.
100%. What's going on, everybody? Scar Titan here once again with my good friend Brother Stogie. Say hello to the people. Oh, snap. You have found the most turned up Cigar Titan cigar channel on the YouTube. You have found
Motherfucking Cigar Titan.
That's right. Brother Stogie, today we are doing a list of sorts and talking a little bit about some deals that you can get now after the holidays, because people are broke after the holidays. But you've got some deals.
Or we have the New Year's resolutioners.
Okay.
Okay, those who say, you know what, 2023, I've been watching Cigar Titans for 3 years.
4 years.
Not 4 years.
4 years.
Now I have yet to pick up a cigar.
Oh, it's about time.
You know what I'm saying? They said 2023. I'm gonna start. I'm picking up my first stick and I'm gonna roll it up and I'm gonna light it up and I'm gonna cut it up and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Seems like just yesterday we were saying 2020.
Right? 2020.
That's when we were on that end of the Stogie
right
over
up
there.
in 2023. And you might have some who didn't get any cigar accessory gifts
Yeah.
for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like the wives that don't quite listen.
Yeah.
The girlfriends
catch up.
who don't pay attention to the cues.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know
Didn't
what I'm
catch on
saying?
to the cue.
And so your stocking was a little empty than what you thought it was gonna be.
That's right.
So we're gonna throw out some more wisdom out there. Some little something out there for you. So you can buy it on your own.
You ready to get this one started?
As always, let's give it to them.
Welcome back, everybody. Like we said at the beginning of the episode, today we are talking about some deals you can find online that won't hurt your budget too much.
Yes.
But Brother Stogie,
Yes.
before we get into all that, what are we smoking today?
We are smoking because it's Southern California, so this is kind of what we call winter.
This is as winter as it's going to get out
You know
here.
what I'm saying? So he has on, you know, a leather coat.
Yep.
You know, with some nice denim jeans, nice flannel. I have on, you know, my Crocs. You know what
Crocs
I'm saying?
with socks.
You know,
is wearing Crocs and socks. He's married to the Lord's mistress.
my Crocs with socks, you know, so it's cold but not that cold. You know, I like Crocs because you can put them in sports mode. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that helps with the aerodynamic.
You know what I'm saying? Let me give you a story real quick. So, Crocs, right? So I do a lot of things with my Crocs. And
what you do.
And before
that you do, cowboy.
Before my lady bought her Jeep, she had a truck called Old Faithful, right? And it would clunk out every now and then because it needed some new parts.
Right.
So there's one time, my wife called me, hey, I'm stuck in the middle of the street. I need help. I wasn't too far. She wasn't too far from the house. Daddy's coming. I'm coming.
Yep.
So I go on my Crocs, right? And I had to literally push her F-150 from the middle of the intersection to a safe place on the side of the street. I had on my Crocs.
Yes.
All I had to do was put them in sports mode, and I was able to push. Because my wife, you know, women not gonna help you push the truck. I pushed the whole F-150 in sports mode in my damn Crocs. Yes.
Oh my God. So anyway, the name of that cigar is actually the Winter
the
Collection.
question, yes. You asked me a question.
I did.
Go ahead, you go ahead, I'll show.
All right. This is the Winter Collection by Rocky Patel. And this is a absolutely fantastic cigar. I mean, Rocky Patel has been killing it lately, at least in my book. I know for some people out there, you know, Rocky Patel may be hit or miss. And they do have I think probably the most brands or bands out there than any other cigar manufacturer in the game right now. They definitely aren't afraid to explore and experiment a little bit with their blends. But they really knocked it out of the park, in my opinion, with this Winter Collection. This is a fabulous stick.
Those beginning notes you smell off the wrapper was like a nice chocolate covered fruit. At first it was like manure. I got the shit smell off of it.
Right.
But then like those notes,
You gotta take your time when you're trying to get the notes out of your stick, especially before pre-light. Because you might think you smell something, once you just keep going up and down, just your nose fibers take them all in, you start getting other nuances coming through.
Yeah. Well, in this one, as you can see, I mean, plumes and plumes of smoke. The resistance on the draw is perfect, not too tight, not too loose, just right. This is a 5x50, if I'm not mistaken, in Robusto. Yeah, I think so. 5x50 in Robusto. So excellent, excellent stick. So Brother Stogie,
Yes.
let's talk a little bit about what today's episode is going to be.
Okay. So like we said at the beginning, we got people who need, maybe they're just now starting in 2023 in their cigar journey, or you got those that have been smoking and been using the same lighter, same cutter,
Right.
and they want to kind of switch it up a little, but they don't want to break the pockets. So we're gonna share with y'all a little list of some of everything under, let's say, $50.
Yeah, I think $50.
Because we don't want to recommend shit that's gonna fall apart on you
Right.
in about a month or two.
Right.
We'll give you some quality stuff under $50 that you can buy. Buy one month, next paycheck, next month, buy something else.
Yeah, and look, so cigars, it's a hobby, right, Brother
Yes,
Stogie?
for sure.
And it is definitely a hobby that is and can be a little pricey. So, if you're looking at getting into this hobby, be ready for that, because you may get some sticker shock there.
Sticker shock.
Some sticker shock with some of the prices.
Not rollbacks.
Now rollback, sticker
Okay,
shock.
Got you. Okay.
So as you're going through, especially when we're talking about premium cigars, and kind of piggybacking off of what Brother Stogie was saying, you just want to make sure that you're not buying cheap accessories that are actually going to do more damage to your cigar and actually negatively impact the cigar smoking experience. You want to actually spend a little bit of money there to invest in something that isn't going to destroy the cigar.
Agreed.
But I think we have a good list of things that we're ready to go over.
I think so.
All right, Brother Stogie,
Yes.
what is the number 5 item on this list? Go for it.
So, let's start with the torches.
Yes.
Okay. It's all preference. You have your single flame, double flame, tri-flame, quad flame.
Yep.
My favorite is the
quad flame that I have that I bought off of Amazon. No specific brand, and you find it has a little cap that comes off of it. Underneath it has a multi-tool.
Yep.
Has a little punch underneath. That one's roughly about between $25 and $35. So if you don't want one that's a multi-tool, of course it'd be a little cheaper, the less gadgets it has on it, you'll save a little money. But me, I like to make sure sometimes I don't want to carry multiple things at a time.
Right.
I want my stuff all on one thing.
Now, where did you pick your lighter up from?
My lighter came from Amazon.
Oh, it came off of Amazon.
Came off Amazon, specifically off Amazon.
Okay.
And there's hundreds of beautiful stainless steel, nickel satin looking, pistol type looking torches. Yep. We were saying, I don't know if you recorded that part, but you gotta be careful when you take those out in public because it literally folds. It looks like this, nice and square, but you're gonna fold it. It's like a little 22, right? And if y'all didn't hear the trip when we went to Las Vegas to the La Casa music-inspired cigar lounge, and the Karen that was up in there thought that Brother Stogie had a Pelican case, like I was Desperado or something, with the guitar case full of grenades and guns and AK-47. She thought I was gonna shoot up the cigar, have my cigar first, and then shoot everybody up.
No, you're not gonna do that.
That's not me.
You're not gonna do that.
What else can they get?
So, humidors. You need a place to store your cigars.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to preface this by saying, if you're just getting into the cigar game and you're just buying a bunch of new accessories, a humidor is not a necessity.
Certain types of humidors aren't a necessity.
Correct. Well, what I'm getting at,
some form of a humidor.
Well, you need some form of a container that can house cigars with an airtight seal where air isn't getting into the container.
In which those cigars can be properly humidified.
That's right. So, that's right. So I'm gonna go ahead and play some different listings here for you, but you can usually find a good starter desktop humidor for anywhere between $25 to $50. And some of these websites, like Cigars International, will actually include a humidor in as a part of a bundle. So if you buy this bundle of sticks or whatever, they throw in a humidor, maybe they throw in a lighter or whatever, but it actually comes in this whole little package, so you don't have to go out and spend a ton of extra money. Now, are these $25 to $50 humidors going to be top of the line humidors? No, and again, like, you want a top of the line humidor, you're probably going to start getting into the $200 to $500 range for something like a desktop humidor. When you transition over into something like a thermoelectric humidor, like NewAir, some of the products that we've showcased on here.
$500 to maybe $1,000 for a
$2,000 even, depending on the size and how big of a collection of cigars you're looking at having. But for the beginner, I think a desktop humidor that carries around 50 cigars, and that's usually Petite Coronas to Robusto size cigars, is a good place to start. Brother Stogie.
Yes.
What is our number 3?
Cutter.
Yeah.
You can't light or store them to have a cut to start enjoying your cigars. So we have these Colibri cutters here. We've had these for a couple years as well. So boom, right there, very popular. I've taken this to plenty of shindigs. You wouldn't believe how many people, it's like a Rubik's Cube almost.
Yeah, they don't know how to open it.
They can't figure it out. Even with the button.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you do this? I'm like, just pull the button down. It's
That's
like,
it. That's all you got to do.
You don't know.
Then you're good to go.
Right? So this is a double cutter. This is a guillotine on one side, veg or V cutter on the other side. This is easily going to run you $50 off of Amazon.
So yeah, that one, because it has the V cutter and the straight cut on there, may run you a little bit more than $50, but you can find the Colibri cutters on there that have either just the V cut or the straight cut for under $50 on Amazon.com. And they're probably one of the best cutters out there. I know Zi-Fei makes cutters that are fantastic.
Yes.
And you can find some under $50 there as well. What I wouldn't recommend is using the plastic cutters that come in some of these cigar bundle packs that you get when you order online or something like that. Or maybe you go into a lounge, right?
Yeah, I'm just sitting there.
And they just have them sitting there, and the tobacconist throws you one of the cheap plastic cigar cutters, and the reason for that is because most of the time the blades on there are not very sharp and they wear out incredibly quickly. And so when you're going through and you're cutting that, if you're not cutting with a razor sharp blade on there, it is going to pinch the cigar at the tip. It's going to damage the area around the cap and the shoulder. You run the risk of having that starting to unwind, you know, with your wrapper coming off and everything else, and it really does kind of hinder that cigar smoking experience.
So we've covered, you know, what we covered? Humidors.
Yep.
We've covered
Lighters.
torches.
Yep.
We've covered cutters. What's next for the people?
So our number 2, if you're going to start this cigar journey, if you're going to start this cigar hobby, one of the things that you're absolutely at some point going to need, maybe not right away, but at some point you're going to need, is an ashtray.
Yes.
Because you don't want to, now with cigars, especially even like some of the smaller cigars, when you're talking about like a Robusto size cigar, and then you get up to some of the other wider 60 plus ring gauge cigars, the ash on these cigars with the stogie starts to get quite large.
Yes.
Right? And so it's not like a cigarette. And I've seen people, you know, when they're smoking a cigarette, they just kind of flick their cigarettes and the ash, you know, lands on the floor, but it either blows away or it gets stepped on, disappears, because the ash from a cigarette is very small, because cigarettes are made out of pieces of tobacco, whereas a premium cigar is whole leaf tobacco rolled up into the cigar. So at some point you're going to want to invest in an ashtray, and not just for the functionality of an ashtray, but because you can find some pretty cool artwork and some very clever designs to kind of spice up your man cave when it comes to ashtrays.
Yes. So we got one more, the number 1.
Yeah.
Top accessory that you should have in 2023. And with this one, I don't hear people really discuss this very often.
Right.
And I think it's a very valuable asset to the collection.
I think it's an absolute necessity if you're planning on smoking cigars.
I think so. Now, I'm hoping that when people go and they buy torches,
Yep.
the nice 4-flame, 2-flame, 3-flame,
Right.
now when they stop working, not just throwing them away and buying new ones.
100%.
Because I don't know if you guys know, you're supposed to refill them. What are you refilling with? What is our number 1 cigar accessory going into 2023?
You're definitely going to need some butane.
Not butane. We all need that. But he said butane.
That's right.
Not butane.
Some butane.
But the butane.
Taking a page out of Billy Stogie's book.
Right.
Some butane.
You know, what was that movie called? A little butane.
Like no other.
Pootie Tang's one bad brother, man. Pootie Tang whip your butt so bad that you can write it off on your taxes.
Booty thing.
Hypnotize today.
That's right. You're not going to get very far with any of your lighters if you're not filling them with butane. And I would always use a high quality butane in your lighter, because if you don't, you're always going to run the risk of your lighter sputtering, and that can also happen if you have too much air, if you're not properly purging your lighters of all of the excess air that's in there. So as you're burning through the butane in your lighter and you get down to the very end, you're going to want to make sure that you actually purge the remaining part of the old butane out of there, as well as the air, instead of just going back in and trying to fill it up, because you're going to have air in there, and if that gets mixed in as it's shooting the butane up towards the flint, it's going to cause your lighter to sputter.
Cigar Titan tip of the day. Titan tip. Titan tip. Titan tip of the day. So, boom, right there. See that? Close up. So this right here, this is where you put your butane tip in to refill it. However, when your lighter is completely empty, before you do that, you must do what?
Purge your lighter.
Purge. So you can get a nice ballpoint pen, or you can get the poker that comes on your pipe or
A
something
cigar
like that.
poker works just as well too.
So what'll happen, once you go ahead and you press that little valve that's in there, it'll go.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Once you hear that hiss, cease, that means you have successfully purged your torch.
That's right.
And you can go ahead and refill as you need to.
And you'll notice that if you are in fact actually purging your lighter and then refilling it after you've gotten all the air out of there, that your lighter performs much better than it would if you just stuck your can back up there and tried to fill it before it was all the way out.
Yes. Any particular way they should refill their butane?
I think, well, most butane cans come with like adapters on there. So there are going to be different sizes depending on the lighter that you have. So a lot of these butane cans now come with different adapters on top of the plastic cap that you can use, you can put on there, and that'll help it fill. Butane fills up really fast. So unless you have a very large torch, something like this, like a tabletop, you know, and the thing with this one too, it's large and it doesn't have a reservoir, so you can't really see where the butane level is on this particular unit. Kind of a guessing game at that point. So once the butane stops kind of shooting up through the jets and everything, I'll purge it out all the way, then I'll refill it. It takes 5 to 10 seconds tops.
Or when you fill it up, you get that Mr. Freeze action, which starts freezing around, then you put enough in there, right?
But something like this, Brother Stogie, I mean, once this is purged out completely and you put the butane in there, this is gonna fill up in 2 seconds.
Like 2 pumps.
Yeah.
And it's done.
And it's done, you're good to go.
Not like me, but the butane, 2 pumps and it's done.
That's right. So Brother Stogie, before we go, we want to talk a little bit about what our plan is for the new year. So now, as everybody knows, and we've talked about this in previous episodes, the Cigar Titans, or anything related to the cigar, tobacco, firearms, alcohol related community on YouTube, we're automatically shadow banned. They demonetize every single one of the videos the second we post them. They kick us out of the algorithm. So unless it is going through the traditional way of people actually sharing the videos, liking the videos and things like that, our videos don't get the same kind of traction they would for, say, a channel that doesn't deal in tobacco, firearms, or alcohol.
Meaning that YouTube prevents the Cigar Titans from making any kind of substantial revenue from doing what we do for our community.
Right. And so we, I want to say this was probably a little over a year ago, we had launched a channel on YouTube called Culture Counterattack.
Yeah, CCA.
CCA. And so when we originally started that channel out, we were kind of trying to figure out what we were going to do with the channel. And you know, we did a few videos on there, and the videos were fine. They were what they were, right? But it just didn't really hit for what we were hoping to do with the channel. And we've done a lot of talking about it over the last year and trying to figure out what the structure, what the new structure of this would look like. But we wanted to let everybody know that come the beginning, or I would say around the first quarter of this fiscal year, or this calendar year, speaking in work terms.
All right. Regional president.
Around the first quarter of this calendar year, we're going to relaunch the Culture Counterattack YouTube channel. And so right now, I think there's only like 67 or 68 subscribers on the channel, but we want to encourage everybody who follows us here on the Cigar Titans channel to go over to Culture Counterattack and give us a follow on Culture Counterattack, because that is really, over the next year, where we're going to be putting a large emphasis and a bit more of our time in there, so that these videos can be monetized and we can actually do something with that now, as opposed to doing all of this work here just to have YouTube behind the scenes doing everything they can to kind of pull the rug out from underneath us.
So the difference, so we still gonna be doing our same kind of lounge talk type topics. Only thing is that we still gonna be doing this visually.
Right.
We just won't be talking about it.
Right.
No, so it won't be, hey, what we smoking today? We won't be doing that.
Right.
But you'll be able to see us still doing our Cigar Titan type shit. We'll still have nice, interesting topics for you guys to come and chat in. And that will be also used as eventually as our official podcast.
Correct.
So we will be switching over to our podcast format as well as video format for that channel. But we will be, like you said, putting more emphasis on that with that specific channel. But we still be doing Cigar Titan content.
Yes, I was just going to say, I know that question's coming.
No, we're not going nowhere.
But we trying to retire doing this for y'all. Right. But we can't do that if YouTube keeps cock blocking. You know what I'm saying? The dinero, the Skrilla,
right.
the funds.
If you like what we do over here on the Cigar Titans channel,
you're gonna like what we do over there.
Go follow us over there on Culture Counterattack. I'll put the link for that YouTube channel down below in the description. Make it real easy on everybody so you can go ahead, give us a like, give us a follow, and we can start building some content here that's going to be a little bit different than what we were doing before.
Yes.
But talking about more of the trending topics that are going on in the news and the world today.
Yes.
Brother Stogie.
Everybody else is afraid to talk about.
That's right. Not the Titans.
Hey, if you have a TikTok, go over and follow the Culture Counterattack TikTok. Yeah, it's some nice, funny shit.
There is.
On that channel. And we plan to add some more.
Yes. We're definitely going to be pushing that a lot this year as well. Brother Stogie!
Yes.
That is all the time we have.
We'll have to go choke my kids.
I know. You can probably hear it on the mic.
Like Bart and Homer Simpson. Shut up! Hey, family man, what are you supposed to do?
What are you gonna do?
Have mercy. So, hey, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
2023, Cigar Titans still doing what we do best. Do us a favor, if this is your first time watching the channel, go ahead and do us a favor and subscribe to the channel.
Yes, please. We're on our way. I think by the weekend we'll probably be around 9,000 subs.
Yes.
1,000 more subs to go, and we've officially hit our goal of 10,000 subscribers.
I think we should do a giveaway at 10K. Another one.
We could do another large giveaway at 10K.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we just did a big giveaway, and William Marshall is going to be posting pictures, which we'll share on the channel in a future video here.
That's
he just got his humidor and his cigar accessories.
Right? So yeah, so please subscribe, comment, and most important, share this so we can reach other cigar enthusiasts in the community. As y'all know, we don't only talk about cigar, we talk about all kind of life shit in general. So if there's anything that we haven't covered, or if you're new and you haven't seen the content somewhere before, let us know in the comments. We will be glad to go ahead, if it makes sense.
Right.
To go ahead and put that into our Rolodex of videos.
Ooh, Rolodex. For those of you young folks out there who don't know what a Rolodex is, it's basically what the contacts feature on your phone is, but it's cards, and you cycle through the cards.
What it used to be. Can you imagine? Hey, I gotta call old girl. Hey, go get my Rolodex for me. Right? Shit, have mercy. Hit the bell so you get a notification every time Cigar Titans posts a new video for y'all. Until we meet next week, like always, live how you smoke, smoke how you live. And that's smooth, baby.
Time to go.
Fuck us some kids.
We'll see everybody next week. Take care.